Hi, I'm Jonathan Tessier, and we're back here for another episode of Wellness Wisdom, and we're here with Rebecca. How you doing, Rebecca?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. And today we're actually going to be doing this whole series on detoxification and detoxing and cleansing, all that kind of stuff. And I actually don't know a lot about this, so I'm going to be learning along with you guys too. So let's start it off. There's a word everyone has heard before, but a lot of people don't know. What is a toxin?
Yes, great question. What even is these toxins that everyone makes us so afraid of? And I think what's really important to know about toxins is it's not necessarily something that comes from the environment, although certainly that is a source of like kind of toxin exposure that we can have. I think it's just really important to know that your body also endogenously, so internally, produces toxins during natural biochemical processes. So a toxin actually is any compound that can negatively impact cell function or cell structure. So I think some kind of common examples we can think of are like, say, like pesticides or different, ingredients in medications and that kinds of thing. But one example is naturally in the process of kind of filtering for us, our kidneys produce ammonia, which is a toxin. So just some kind of fun fact about toxins that we're all exposed no matter how clean your diet may be.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So from what I've heard is that our bodies are constantly detoxifying, but there's just some stuff we can do to make it better.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's kind of a bit of a misconception, or just something to be clarified is, yes, certainly our bodies are always detoxifying for us. It's not something you need to turn on or turn off by doing a cleanse or a detox. That's really important to know. But we can certainly make it a little bit easier and give our body lots of great support to help detoxify, to help process those toxins. It is important, though, to be supporting this kind of our organs of detoxification, which we'll talk about, and our channels of elimination. It is really important to give that support. And, we'll talk a little bit in a next video of how you can do that daily, things that are really not that complicated, just little things that you can add in. Of course, there are things we've talked about in a lot of our other videos as well. So it's not anything drastic. There's daily support that you can offer your body so that you're supporting the organs of detoxification and channels of elimination.
Right. Okay. And so what organs would we be detoxifying?
Yes. Your 7 channels of elimination are your liver, your kidneys, you've got your bowels, your skin, your lymphatic system, your blood. Your blood is all filtered kind of through liver too, so that's kind of a main one. And then your skin would be the other one. So those are kind of your 7 channels of elimination.
So where exactly are these toxins coming from?
So toxins can come from lots of different places. So one example would be smoke, so from like tobacco or cannabis. Another example would be from like even personal care products. You can have things like phthalates. So that's another source that can come from. You've got like fire retardants, herbicides and pesticides. Those are some examples of where some of these toxins can come from.
Well, makes sense. So they're kind of just everywhere.
Not to be like super scary, but they are. They're kind of in the air. They're kind of in the soil, and not to make that too scary. There's lots of things that we can do to support our body through that, but they're everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. So what are the signs that I would know that I need to detoxify?
Yes, that's a great question. There can be lots of different kind of signs. It could be you just feeling sluggish, low energy. That could be a sign to kind of support your organs of detoxification. It could be like a lot of skin breakouts, like acne, eczema. And again, it could be, but like some signs. There could be many other reasons these things are going on, but they may be some signs. Things like brain fog would be another one. Just having really low energy, really fatigued. Any just skin issues. Those are just some examples, some signs. And especially that gentle detoxification daily support is a great way to start if you're kind of wondering what's going on that way. Just gently adding certain teas or certain foods into kind of your daily rotation to support those organs. And we'll talk more in another video of exactly what those are.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we all know from like health related stuff that it doesn't all work instantly. So how long would it take for me to start feeling the effects of this kind of thing?
That's a great question. It's going to definitely be individual. I don't know if I could really give you a timeline,
right.
But I think, we talk a lot about kind of our microbiome in our last videos. That would be another way to support your detoxification. And, your microbiome turns over in about 7 days. So I would think you'd feel some effects, within a week, maybe 2, but certainly it's very individual, and it just depends kind of how much of a burden you've placed on your detoxification support.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's very interesting to know that it's they're all around us and they can be in all sorts of foods, but there's a lot of things we can do to help ourselves and to fight these things off for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So I can give some kind of just so we don't leave our viewers totally hanging, some gentle support of how you can kind of support each organ of detoxification. So going through the 7, we said blood is filtered kind of through the liver, so we don't necessarily have to count that one. But liver, for example, some gentle support that you could give your liver would be herbs. Herbs are really great for liver support. Things like ginger, turmeric, parsley. And then your skin would be another one. Movement, sweating would be an excellent way to kind of support your skin. Kidneys, drinking your water, and then certain herbal teas, again, we'll talk more about that, can be really supportive for your kidneys as well. And then your lymphatic system would be movement again. It doesn't have a pump. You have to kind of pump it yourself. So any kind of movement, a lot of people do like rebounding, which is just like jumping on a little trampoline. So that would be another one. And then what am I missing here? Liver, we talked about. Your bowels would be, I can't believe I missed that. Your bowels are really important. So fiber and water, and then, supporting your microbiome is going to be really important for your bowels. If your bowels aren't moving, all that other great work all those other organs have done to push that out through the bowels, if you're not moving it out, it can be reabsorbed, right? So you've kind of lost all that awesome work that your other organs have done. So there's just a little teaser of how you can provide some gentle support. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's great. That's a lot of great information, and we're going to be back with another video that's going to expand on these topics just a little bit more, but stay tuned for that. For right now, we'll see you later. Have a good one.
See you later.